Okay, we are back. RINGOTV reactions. We're going to try this one more time. Let's get to work. Let's play the tapes. Let's begin.
For any young man, because I'm older than I look, any middle-aged man, any man that wants to lead and find a woman to lead, women naturally have anxiety about this shit. Okay, even when we grew up in a household with leaders, the key to being able to lead a woman into being an amazing wife and dropping all of her defenses is to, even if you fucking up, even if it's you made a wrong turn as a leader, we don't care, as long as you're able to take the anxiety away from us of what next. When all women have a little sense of this weird anxiety when she leaves her father and goes with a man, okay, and he's like, I'm gonna lead you, and this is where we going. And just like Mistaken was saying, that like it makes us feel, that feeling is anxiety. Okay, if y'all can find a way to lead us, take away our anxiety about the leading, and believe you 100%, y'all will have the most feminine, supportive, available women on the planet. But as long as she like, ooh, what the fuck? As long as she feeling that weird feeling in her chest, like, if y'all can figure, even if you are like, I fucked up, it's fine, but it's gonna be okay. The reassurance is what we look for. It's not necessarily the fucking boats and the yachts. Like I saw a quote the other day that said, gold diggers ain't looking for plates and a nice home. They looking for yachts and diamonds. We ain't looking for all that. We just looking for y'all to be able to take away that feeling of stepping out of one castle, one king's kingdom into yours. Even if it's not all the way built, even if the moat is halfway finished, if you can make us feel safe and take that anxiety away, we'll do whatever you want.
Young nigga
But
buy that paper.
Ringo TV.
Young nigga buy that paper. Young nigga buy that paper. Young nigga buy that paper.
Ringo TV.
Yeah. True man, I'm free. I wake up a new episode. I pop out clean as can be up a level though. She talk to me like I'm not me. I get it though. Yeah. I'm so eclectic, on me to the credits roll. Talk down to me, they might have to send medical. I'm out the league, I'm OD, they pathetic though. Look how I move, I'm protected. Shawty so swoon in my presence. The world going through it outside, they unruly, but I keep it cool, they can't press me. I keep it pure with intention. They see what I'm on, ain't no vixen. I might like do it that top down. I keep it tuned with a high power. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Young nigga blessed. Big bag, manifest the sky, no stress. Keep no evil around me, can't ground me. I built it since when I had less. No hex on, God can't pause, nigga, look at how far we progress. Whatever we doing, we keeping it fluid, I don't see a thing. Young nigga about that paper.
Ringo TV.
Young nigga about that paper. 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 Hop on that jet, had to switch to the coast. One of a kind, I've been playing that role. They pay me to play me, I needed it for. It's real if I said I meant what I spoke. I'm legend, it's written, I shake up the city. Spin block till I'm dizzy, won't ever go broke. I'm chose, I must like do it at top down. I keep in tune with a high power. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Young nigga blessed. Big bag, manifest the sky, no stress. Keep no evil around me, can't ground me. I built it since when I had less. No hex on, God can't pause, nigga, look at how far we progress. Whatever we doing, we keeping it fluid, I don't see a thing. Young nigga about that paper.
Ringo TV.
Young nigga about that paper. Young nigga about that paper. Young nigga about that paper. Put it on me, I'm blessed. Big bag, but I fix the sky, no stress. Can't ground me, I know this since when I had less. Look at how far we progress. Lord, I don't see a threat.
y'all a key real quick. It's real quick. The For any young man, because I'm older than I look, Any middle-aged man, any man that wants to lead and find a woman to lead, women naturally have anxiety about this shit.
Welcome to the stream, Ringo TV Reactions. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. We had some tech issues earlier. My apologies for all of that. We had some tech issues earlier regarding the show. And I literally just got off the phone with another internet provider because what's so crazy is the area where I live in, beautiful area, beautiful environment, but they don't have fiber service. It's crazy. Like they literally don't have fiber. So I'm trying to get a separate line for the house because I feel as if though with the kids and various other things pulling on the internet service, it's interfering with my work. So I just literally got off the phone with another provider to get a separate line from another company. So hopefully we're going to see how that works, fam. But that's the only downside to what's going on. But nonetheless, what I want to talk about is this situation here where I kind of stumbled on this particular live that was earlier on, I believe it's the Lepif show or Lepif Network Live. And they were talking about how the black man must be the head of the household. And what caught my attention was when this woman shared her thoughts regarding anxiety and how women, when they come into a relationship, they come in with anxiety. And I want to talk about this. Now, I don't know these particular men. I don't know their position. I don't know who's married, who have a wife, who has a family on the show. I don't know who's who because it says smart guys give men advice. So what I decided to do is pretty much I want to share my thoughts about what she said to provide men and women with advice. Because what she said during that live, in my opinion, is the most important part of the live stream. Because that is where all the problems come from. The problems that we have in today's day when it comes to relationship is that women come into the relationship with fear. They come into the relationship with fear that it's just not going to work. And I think this is the main issue. When we look at this particular chart right here, right? And you look at anxiety, right? When you come into a relationship as a woman and you have anxiety, you're bringing in worry, you're bringing in fatigue, irritability, difficulty sleeping, restlessness, and all of that stuff is going to stress a man out. It's going to stress a man out because you're not going to be able to coexist because you walked in the relationship with problems. So let's listen to what she had to say. All right, we're going to offer up some real world advice. I am a husband. I am qualified to speak on these issues. So when I talk about these issues, ladies, it is very important that you pay attention because a lot of times our women don't like to listen because they figure they have all the experience. If you're not married, if you're not in a current relationship, if you're not going through the real deal, there's some things you just don't know. Dating is not marriage. Right? When you're dating someone and you're sleeping around, that's not marriage. That is not a family. That's dysfunction. The reason why a lot of times your relationships is not working is because you walk into relationships with fear. You walk in there concerned, worried about, can this man lead? Can this man provide? Can this man do this? And consequently, the man is unable to do anything because you're bringing him stress, because you're bringing your problems. And this is what I saw when I heard this woman speak. So let's play the tapes and then we're going to break it down. So what I'm going to do is play it in its entirety so you can hear her in context. And then I'm going to break it down piece by piece.
A key, real quick. It's real quick. For any young man, because I'm older than I look. Any middle-aged man, any man that wants to lead and find a woman to lead, women naturally have anxiety about this shit. Okay, even when we grew up in a household with leaders, the key to being able to lead a woman into being an amazing wife and dropping all of her defenses is to, even if you fucking up, even if it's you made a wrong turn as a leader, we don't care. As long as you're able to take the anxiety away from us of what next. When all women have a little sense of this weird anxiety when she leaves her father and goes with a man, okay? And he's like, I'm gonna lead you, and this is where we going. And just like Mistaken was saying, that like it makes us feel, that feeling is anxiety. Okay? If y'all can find a way to lead us, take away our anxiety about the leading, and believe you 100%, y'all will have the most feminine, supportive, available women on the planet. But as long as she like, ooh, what the fuck? As long as she feeling that weird feeling in her chest, like, if y'all can figure, even if you are like, I fucked up, it's fine, but it's gonna be okay. The reassurance is what we look for. It's not necessarily the fucking boats and the yachts. Like I saw a quote the other day that said, gold diggers ain't looking for plates and a nice home. They looking for yachts and diamonds. We ain't looking for all that. We just looking for y'all to be able to take away that feeling of stepping out of one castle, one king's kingdom into yours. Even if it's not all the way built, even if the moat is halfway finished, if you can make us feel safe and take that anxiety away, we'll do whatever you want. But if there's any doubt, if you showing doubt, you just got to be a confident leader. For me anyway. If you like, man, nah, fuck that, we're good.
Okay. Now, with respect to those brothers on the panel, I did not watch anything after that. As soon as I heard her say that, automatically content came into my mind, and I ran upstairs, screen recorded that section so that I could go live. And they were live when I was trying to go live, but I was having tech issues. So with respect to those brothers, I don't know exactly what they said after that. I'm pretty sure somebody had to use some sort of wisdom to give her some sort of rebuttal. But now, the first problem that we have is she's wanting us to take away her anxiety. Well, we can't do that. Right? If you come into a relationship as a woman with anxiety, what you're saying is that you don't trust me. What you're saying is you don't believe in me. So if you don't believe in the man to provide and lead, then that's a fear. Because what she's basically saying is she's leaving her father's house to get with a man, because that means that her father was providing, her father was protecting. Why would you have anxiety coming with me? That's because you don't really believe in me. You don't believe in my potential to actually lead. You don't have confidence. You want the man to have confidence. You want the man to prove to you that he's able to lead you. That's an internal issue you got to overcome. He cannot help you in that area. All right? If my wife don't believe that I have the ability to lead and do what I need to do, she's working against me. She's not helping me. She's stressing me out. If I'm making decisions for my family, I'm trying to do my best to get them to the next level. When I left Brooklyn, New York to move to North Carolina, I made power moves to better my family. I did what I feel was the right thing to do, because I don't want my family to stay in a situation that's not going nowhere. So I had to make sure that I get my credit right. I had to make sure that I got money put away. I had to save. I had to budget, do without certain things in order to make certain moves. So a woman is supposed to be able to understand that leadership and say, you know what? He's doing what he need to do. Let me leave him be and have confidence in him that he's going to direct this family where we need to go. But if my wife have anxiety and she's worrying, because that's what anxiety is. It's worry, fear. You don't believe in me. So we're not going to be able to go. That means that when I'm trying to make moves and I'm like, look, we're going this way, you don't want to go that way. Instead, you're going to fight against what I'm trying to do. And that's the last thing a man want to be experiencing in a relationship. And I think that's one of the reasons why relationships just don't work in today's day, is because a lot of times a woman don't believe in the man. It's like she's waiting for him to have everything perfect before she trusts in him to lead her. And especially when we live in a time where they're telling our women be independent. And there's nothing wrong with having a sense of independence as a woman. I have 4 daughters. I have 4 daughters that I got to take care of. So I'm not going to tell them, as you grow up, I want you to depend on this man for their life. I cannot teach them that in 2024 moving into 2025. In a perfect world, I would like for them to depend on a man and to provide. But in today's day, you can't teach them that. You got to teach a young lady to get herself together, to fend for herself, to teach her what to do to earn money so she get her own place, do what she need to do. But at the same time, I'm going to also instill values that says when you do get a brother, when you do get a quality man, you got to know how to go from being independent and providing for yourself to learning how to submit to that man's leadership so that he can be that man in your life. Because if you don't know how to make that adjustment, there's going to be a tug of war where you're going to be in your independence, getting your own money, doing your own thing. And he's going to be there like, look, I'm trying to make you my wife so that I can provide, protect, but you don't want me to do that. So it's not going to go anywhere. You understand? So when you ladies are listening, you're listening to a man that have 4 daughters, right? I'm not some dude on YouTube who is single, who don't know what I'm talking about. I've been pretty much married to my wife for years. We've known each other since the sandbox, since teenage years. And we've been through the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I'm still here. That's long-term success. That's not trying to date. No, I'm tried and tested. So if a man is going to be the head of the household, he have to be a man of integrity, a man that is really focused on empowering his family. We're not talking about a guy that just want to smash. We're not talking about you dating a dude and he just want to hit it. We're talking about a man that want to get with you to be there long term, but you got to begin to cooperate with that system. And not every man have those qualifications. Not every man come to the table with the ability to lead, because if he didn't develop those traits, those skills through the testing of time, he's not going to know what to do when under pressure. How do a man respond when he's going through financial difficulty? How does a man deal with these particular issues? I mean, just earlier this morning, y'all, if those of you that have been following the channel, y'all saw that I did a live stream for like 7 hours, right? And if you want, it can go into how do a man cope with financial difficulty when he goes through a job loss or hard times, not getting enough money. How did he deal? How does your woman see you when you're under that pressure? Does she see you trying to work? Does she see you trying to do something to make something happen? Those are the things that give a woman confidence to let her know, like, damn, we're going through all of this stuff, but still he's keeping a clear head. He's keeping a clear mind. So let me adjust and make sure I'm not burdening this man with more stress. If I see this man trying to make it, trying to get a job, trying to find ways of earning income to provide for this household, as a woman, you're supposed to have confidence towards him. If you're having anxiety towards him, if you're going to only stress him out more because he's carrying a load, he's carrying a whole burden, providing for a family as a man, especially if you have a woman who's a stay-at-home mom and you got kids, it's a lot of work. And in today's culture, you don't have no families, really. The black family don't even exist. The black family don't even exist today. And it's a sad situation. There's only a few of us brothers that actually have a family. The rest is just dating and playing this little game. Everybody want, relationship, but nobody want to put in the work, Anxiety is a real serious issue. It's an issue that is a cancer to relationships. And I don't agree with what she's saying that as a man, it's our job to take that away from you. Let's look at a few things to understand this anxiety. Let's look at a few things. Let me see if I could do this real fast, because it's very, very serious, fam. Very, very serious. So let me see if I could do this. Because we want to understand. I'm trying to get a couple of things into the live here. Hold on. Okay. All right. So let's look at this, right? Let's look at anxiety, right? When you think of anxiety, we're talking about a feeling of worry. When a woman get with you as a man and you're about your business and she come to the table worrying that you're not going to be able to lead, that she's expecting failure. She's expecting that one day it's going to fall, it's going to flop. She's nervous, right? She's uneasy, about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome. So being with a woman who is full of anxiety is only going to cause a man stress because you don't believe in him. If a woman is my wife and I'm telling her, look, we need to do this in order to earn money. We need to do that in order to survive. And she is not working and flowing with me. She is against me. She's an enemy to my progress because my leadership require that she get on point to go this way. But if you're full of fear, you're not going to want to listen to my leadership because in your mind, you're like, I don't see that working. So that means anxiety is disbelief. You don't believe in the man you're with. So why are you with him? Why would you come to a man and have anxiety and expect him to take it away from you? I cannot take away your anxiety. I can't do that. And there's a lot of people that suffer from this, and it's a disorder. It's not cool. It's literally a mental issue due to past trauma, hurts, pains, and other losses that a woman may have experienced in her life. And the way this lady packaged it is as if though all women come to the table like that. And I'm like, that's not the case. You need healing. You need to be delivered because that means you don't believe in the black man. And when you are a woman and you don't show no confidence towards your man, he's going to lose. Ladies, there is a reason why we have cheerleaders in sports. Cheerleaders motivate a man to accomplish anything. When a man have cheerleaders cheering him on, it'll make that man do things that under normal circumstances, he won't be able to do. But when you have a woman in your corner who really believe in you, it'll make you grind. It'll make you get off your ASS and work. It'll make you do things because you realize, hey, my old lady, she rock with me. She's the only one that believe in me. Everybody else is doubting me. But my woman, she rocks with me. So what that does, that gives me ultra confidence to figure it out. It'll make me stay up all night trying to figure out the plan. Okay, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? Because I got a woman that believe in me. But if you have anxiety in a relationship, you're telling your man, I don't trust you. I don't believe that you're capable of leading this family because I know we're going to fail. So I may need to leave. I may need to go because I don't think that you have the ability to survive. And that's what it is. So let's review the tape and break this thing down nice and slow. Salute to everybody in the building, everybody in the chat coming in, right? Let's break this thing down.
Y'all, a key real quick. It's real quick. For any young man, because I'm older than I look. Any middle-aged man, any man that wants to lead and find a woman to lead. Women naturally.
Let me respond to this comment because we have to take religion and move that to the side. Right? Let's be adults when we're doing this particular content, right? Now, this is not a knock on the Bible. This is not a knock on anybody's religious belief. But when it comes to this issue, right, a lot of us get religious and we don't understand the severity of the problem. right? Somebody in the live chat said, where is it? The foundation of leading your wife and is to lead with Christ-like love, right? I don't think you understand what anxiety is. If a man has Christ-like love, that is not going to do anything for a woman's anxiety. Do you understand? That's being religious. You can have all the love in the world and show a woman all the love. If that woman is depressed, if that woman is worried and full of anxiety and fear, I cannot help her. Do you understand? That's an internal problem with you. That's not my problem. That's not my fault. You're coming to me broken. You're coming to me with problems. You're coming to me with spirits. When you're full of anxiety, you have mental issues, demonic issues, hurt, trauma, pain, unresolved dilemmas that been going on in your past, and you're bringing that into that relationship, causing that man to be stressed. You're not adding no peace to that man's life because you're bringing in your anxiety. You're bringing in doubt. A woman who have anxiety do not trust God. A woman who suffer from depression, anxiety, worrying, full of fear, she have no confidence towards God. So if she don't have no confidence towards God, she have no confidence towards her man. Because she has no confidence towards God. She's full of anxiety. She have to first of all deal with the demons, the hurts, the pains that is causing her to feel this way. How could you leave your father's house that was good and get with a man and have anxiety? It's because you don't really trust that man. You don't trust his ability to lead like your father led you. And for the most part, a lot of women never had a father that led them. Because if you did, you'll be able to pinpoint a quality man as soon as you see him. We're not talking about a man that got a nice car and dressed good, but you'll find a man of good character like your daddy. See, my 4 daughters are supposed to be watching how I move, seeing how I deal with my affairs in the household, so that when they get of age and they're doing whatever they're doing, they can make those choices. I cannot make all these choices for them. We live in a whole different world. In a perfect world, a young man comes to a father to get his blessing, to talk to his daughter. We're living in a whole different time. Nobody does that anymore. You understand? So they're going to have to take the experiences they have with me and begin to look at other young men and figure out, is this man, do he have the qualifications like my father? This is why as a woman, when you judge a man, you're supposed to judge him based off of the image and the blueprint of your father. But if you had an abusive dad, if you had a dad that was not there, then you don't got no blueprint. You don't have no examples of leadership. But if you saw leadership in the household, you'll be able to know how a man is supposed to lead because your father was a leader. So we have a lot of broken homes where men weren't raised with their father, so they don't know how to be a man. All they know how to do is sleep around with women. And then the women, they don't know what it means to find a good man because their mom and dad are not together. And she's been dealing with different men, and that's all she saw. So she don't know what a good man is. So we have all this dysfunction, all of these unresolved issues and traumas. So by the time we get into relationships, we're expecting other people to fix our issues. We don't seek help. We don't seek therapy. We don't have a relationship with God. Most people don't even believe in God. So what that does, that creates a whole problem. We got people coming together in relationships that don't even need to be with each other. And for the most part, we only come to each other because we just want to sleep around. And then when you add sex in the mix, now that adds to the trauma and the drama. So now we have this connection. Then you have the soul ties that women have, the hurt and the pain. Man, it's just one big mess, man. And then the guy is trying to show her love, but she don't know how to receive love because she never experienced that. So now she's expecting him to fix all her hurts. I cannot fix your anxiety. That's an internal issue. Internal, right? Let's get back to the tape.
We have anxiety about this shit. Okay? Even when we grew up in a household with leaders, the key to being able to lead a woman into being an amazing wife and dropping all of her defenses.
Now, see that? The key. There is no key. You see, first of all, is that woman married? No disrespect to her, but is she married? If she's not married, she can't give you no keys, fam. I'm just being honest, man. Because this is what social media has done. Social media give people access to do things that they're not supposed to be talking about. If you're a woman who don't have a husband and you're telling men the keys of what they need to do and you don't have a husband, that's a problem. Because you should have the results that you're talking about. Why isn't a man with you? That's the question. And it's most likely because you're unable to coexist with a man because of your own internal anxiety, depression, and other issues that push men away from you. That's what goes on in the real world. So I don't know her marital status. I don't think she's married based off of the content. I don't believe she is. But if she is, she would be wrong in suggesting that as a man, our job is to take away something that we didn't give you. We didn't give you that fear. That fear came from somebody else. Matter of fact, that fear came from the devil. Because if your father was a provider and a protector in the household, then you getting with a new man and you doubting him already, it's because you don't know him. And what happens is a lot of women got accustomed to taking care of themselves. They don't want to put that responsibility on a man. If you've been independent your whole life, it's very difficult for you to get with a man and let him assume that role. You figure you've been doing it all this time. If you're a woman and you bought a house in North Carolina, you met a man from South Carolina, he have his own house, you have your own house. He want you to be his wife. How y'all gonna work this situation out? Are you gonna leave your house to move by him? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna leave your job in order to move to where he's at in order to be with him? Or are you gonna say, look, my career, my house, I'm not changing for you? That's where we are in today's day. If a man tell you, look, I want you to be a stay-at-home wife, but you have a good paying job now. You have a college degree that got you that job, but he's requiring, if you're going to be my wife, I need for you to be a stay-at-home mom. So when we have these kids, you could do that, but I'm going to hold it down. Are you going to leave your job to let him lead? If your answer is no, that is a fear that you have, that you don't believe in that man's ability to keep his word. You're already on the fence that I need to be prepared for when our relationship goes south. And that's how a lot of women get into relationships today. They don't go into them with confidence. They go into them expecting them to fail at some point. So let me be prepared. Let me make sure I got my own place, my own job, because this ninja going to end up doing something dumb so I can exit. This is why relationships can't work in today's day. Because the women come in with zero confidence. Whereas you might have a man who's in his small beginnings, he's getting on his grind, he's figuring out himself. A lot of black men haven't had the ability or the option to even develop himself because society really, really, truly keeps the black man down. And there's a lot of opportunities that a black man just don't get. He have to work 10 times harder than anybody else. So when a black man is trying to lead his family and do what he got to do, there is this expectation for him to fail. There's this expectation for him to lose his job. So women don't have confidence towards a black man, you'll have more confidence in a white man. You'll have more confidence in a white man to provide for you just because he's white, which is crazy. When you got quality men out here that want to lead and do what they need to do, but are you willing to get into your role as a wife? Are you ready to give up that independence so that he can do his job? Because if not, the relationship can't go no further, right?
Is to, even if you fucking up, even if it's you made a wrong turn as a leader, we don't care. As long as you're able to take the anxiety away.
They can't take your anxiety away. That's your fear. That's like me getting with a woman and I'm having anxiety about her being a wife. I'm having anxiety of, I don't know if this woman gonna be able to raise the kids. And I'm constantly worried about this. That's gonna stress that woman out. She's gonna be like, damn, you don't believe in me? You don't have confidence in me? I'm like, I like you and all, but I don't know if we should have kids right now. I just don't think that you're fit to raise children right now. That's gonna make that woman feel bad. So think about it when you come to a man and you're full of anxiety. What you're saying is you don't believe in him. You don't believe in him. That can break his spirit. Because the last person that should not be doing that is you. The world can hate me. The world can look down on me. The world can ridicule me and persecute me. But if I go home to my woman and she don't even believe in me, man, then I'm done, man. I'm done. Like, there's no sense of even being in this world, fam. Like, real talk. It's like, what does it profit a man to be in the world, have everything that he desire, all the possessions in the world, but his woman don't even believe in him? That's the worst feeling ever. That's like you telling your old lady you trying to start a business and she's looking at you and she's laughing at you. You're going to be like, damn, I get this from the world. I can understand that. But from you, you're supposed to believe in me. That is what helps him to develop and do what he got to do. Men need that. Men need to know that their woman believe in them. The reason why a lot of these relationships don't go nowhere is because a woman don't believe in them. But let's say you're a woman that do believe in a man, but he's not performing. See, you believe in him, but he's not performing at the optimal level you would expect. Well, things take time. But these are the conversations that should be had when you're in the dating phase of getting to know one another. See, once you have sex, you're already done messed up. Once you're a woman and you already slept with the man, you already done messed up everything. Y'all done messed up, man. We got to get back to the basics of getting to know each other so that we can find out where we at. But if you already done jumped in the sack, you messed up everything, man. That's why, again, I could preach, but you're not going to listen because nobody wants to hear the truth. Nobody wants to hear the truth, man. Because when you tell people the truth, they get upset. They don't want to view the content because you're speaking what is real. Once you sleep with a man, all bets are off the table. Now you want to figure out, can he provide? Can he do this? Can he do that? It's too late. You should have properly vetted the man in order to make sure that he have what you know a man should have. Is he providing for himself? Has he have a history of being successful? Do he have ambitions and goals? Are you willing to rock it out with a brother if he fell on hard times? See, these are all the things men look at because you're not going to always be up. There's going to be times when you're going to be down. There's going to be times when you're going to hit a certain lump in life and you got to readjust. As a woman, are you going to be there with your man through the good, the bad, and the ugly? If you're only there for the good, that is not going to make a man confident because it's like, damn, you're only with me for what I could give you. What about when I don't got it? Are you going to still have that love? Are you going to still cook? Are you going to still provide your loving? Are you going to resent me because we fell on hard times? I mean, damn, I'm trying. I'm trying to do what I got to do. The world out there is not easy. But if you're just expecting a man that have millions of dollars, you're living in a dream world. A lot of us are literally growing old right now. A lot of you are in your 40s and 50s, and you still have yet to build a relationship. That's crazy. You're literally letting your life pass you by because of fear and anxiety. Let's get back to the tape.
From us of what next? When all women have a little sense of this weird anxiety when she leaves her father and goes with a man.
See, the way she said that is as if though a virgin woman left her father's house in her first experience going off with a man. Come on, ladies, let's stop playing. That's not true. You're not having anxiety because you went off to be with a man. You've been dating. You've been out there. You've been doing dirt, right? And a lot of women have hurts, pains, traumas, and issues that they carry into a new relationship. And when this happens, it causes stress on both parties. We're not saying the man is perfect. What I'm trying to say is her position is that as a man, we got to take away their anxiety, that this is what they come with. Well, why we don't come with anxiety? Why when a man come to a woman, he don't come to a woman with anxiety? We don't come to a woman like, oh, I don't trust her. I don't believe in her, man. No, a man come to a woman to try to build a family. We come to a woman trying to do what we got to do. But if you're looking at me like, damn, is he going to be able to provide? Will he always have a job? Will he make money? There's ups and there's downs, man. But are you going to rock with that man? Are you going to be there when times is rough? If you're a woman and you could be there with a man when he's down, you're a good woman. Any woman that would rock it out with a man when he's going through tough times and he's going through a struggle and you're willing to ride out the wave with him, you are a good woman. And I promise you, when that man get back on track, he gonna never forget the kind of woman you were towards him. Because when everybody else left, when everybody else rejected him, you stood there. Because why? Your belief in him was that he's gonna bounce back and do what he need to do. And that is what a man need. But now when it comes to your anxiety, we gotta find where's the root of that coming from. Why do you struggle with anxiety? Why do you struggle with the worry? Where does that come from? Where does that come from? Who's causing that? What's causing that? You know? I think I put that already on the screen. Let me see if I got something else. Let me see. Anxiety is a common reaction to life events, but it can become a disorder when it's persistent, excessive, or unreasonable. Anxiety disorders can lead to serious complications if left untreated, including substance use disorders, depression, and even the S word. A man can't deal with that, fam. If you're a woman and you come to a man and you're full of anxiety, that's what you're bringing. Anxiety is a feeling of fear, dread, and uneasiness. That is what she's saying she have. Now imagine, ladies, you come to a man and you're already fearful, uneased, dreadful. That's going to stress him out. That's crazy. You should not come to a man like that. You should be peaceful already, confident already, because what she said is she want the man to be confident, but she's not. That makes no sense, right? It says it might cause you to sweat, feel restless and tense, and have a rapid heartbeat. It can be a normal reaction to stress. For example, you might feel anxious when faced with a difficult problem at work, before taking a test, or before making an important decision. That's normal, right? That's normal to feel that way. But when you are fearful in a relationship of a man being the leader and leading the family, that can be very problematic. And you won't be able to survive if you continue that way. You know, you won't be able to survive in that relationship. What are 5 symptoms of anxiety? Trouble concentrating or making decisions. So a person or a woman that is suffering from anxiety in a relationship is having trouble concentrating. So you're not going to listen to that man. When he's trying to lead and talk to you, you will have difficulty concentrating on what he's saying. And there are a lot of men that could attest to this. You'll be talking to your woman, trying to get her to understand where the family is headed, where the family is going, what is the plan. And it's like she's just not paying attention. She's not concentrating on what you're talking about. She's not attentive to what you're talking about. And it stresses you out because this is life or death. This is not a game. Having and maintaining a family is work. It is not some easy task that anybody could just go out there and do. You're literally running a business. Having a family is equivalent of running a business. There's no days off. You got to do this every single day. You have to manage a household. You got to manage the bills. You got to manage the kids. You got to make sure that everybody is on point. If everything get out of order, that's a conflict of interest in a relationship. So a woman will have trouble concentrating or making decisions. Why? That anxiety it's already messed up her decision making. So she don't trust you. She's going to have a difficult time believing that you can make decisions. Why? Because she can't make decisions. Right? She's going to have feelings of irritable, tense, or restlessness. She's going to always be tense every time you talk to her. Tense, irritable, restless. She's going to be experiencing nausea or abnormal, abdominal distress. It doesn't make any sense, man. Having heart, what is that word? Palpitations. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I'm not even familiar what that is. I'm just being honest. Sweating, trembling or shaking, trouble sleeping. Well, she ain't going to be, that's where you get in restless, right? Having a sense of impending danger, panic, and doom. That's what we need to look at right there. Let's look at that. That's the one we need to focus on right there. Having a sense of impending danger, panic, or doom. That's how it be in relationships. A woman getting with you, you trying to lead, she's fearing danger. She's expecting danger. She's expecting failure. Having a sense of impending danger, panic, or doom. She is expecting that we're going to be homeless. She's expecting, you could feel it. It's a sense. So as a man, sometimes you can sense this on your own woman. You could sense these things. You know? You could feel it on her that she just don't believe you're able to lead. That's why when they have the title saying the black man must be the head of the household, a lot of women don't want to hear that. They're like, I don't want to hear that. I'm the head of the household. So how are you going to have a relationship if you don't want the man to be the head of the household? How are we going to build families together? Then we're all just going to be single and miserable, but sleeping around and having kids out of wedlock. That don't make no sense, you know? So this is very, very important, y'all. Very important. When you're struggling with anxiety, fam, it is something that is, it's definitely a mental condition that is really overwhelming you, man. You're overwhelmed, depressed. It's not my fault if you struggle with anxiety. Brothers, how many of you guys, with a show of a 1, right, at one point in your life was dating a woman that you liked. She's very attractive. As soon as you saw the lady, you were into her. Y'all communicated. And then you learned that she struggled with anxiety and depression. And no matter how much you try to show this woman that you care about her, that you're there for her, you're showing her love, you're trying to talk to her nice, you're trying to ease her mind, it just don't work, bro. No matter what you do. It's like you could try to talk to her to help her, and she's always coming to you, telling you her stress, her depression, her problems. Oh, I'm going through my anxiety today. I'm just overwhelmed with this. And she's telling you all this stuff, and it's just burdening you down, man. And you figure, you know what? I'm going to be a good dude. I'm going to try to just talk to her, make her feel comfortable. And no matter how much you show her love, she don't receive it, man. And it just makes you feel like I'm wasting my time here, man. I got to go. I like you and all, but I got to go, fam. I can't deal with this, man. I can't deal with this. It's like, you can't help this woman, bro. So when I'm listening to her and she's saying she want us men to take away, we can't take away your pain. Like, we can't do that. It's impossible. We cannot take away your anxiety. Let me play the tape.
When she leaves her father and goes with a man, okay? And he's like, I'm going to lead you, and this is where we going. And just like Mistaken was saying, that like it makes us feel, that feeling is anxiety, okay? If y'all can find a way to lead us, take away our anxiety about the leading, and believe you 100%, y'all will have the most feminine, supportive, available women on the planet.
Nah, man, I wouldn't even try. I wouldn't even try to even deal with that woman at all. I would leave her alone. I would recommend any man leave her alone. Any woman that think like that, you leave them alone. Because she's going to bring you nothing but stress. She's going to bring you nothing but stress, man. Just listen to what she just said right there, guys. That's why I had to go live to talk about this issue. Let's go.
Y'all will have the most feminine is anxiety. Okay? If y'all can find a way to lead us, take away our anxiety.
Their job is not to take away anything from you. You got that. That's yours. Who gave it to you?
About the leading, and believe you 100%.
See, believe you 100%. So she don't believe in you, guys. She don't believe in you. So if you get with a woman that have these anxieties and these fears, she don't believe in you. I don't want to be with a woman that don't believe in me, that don't have confidence. That's like, I'm a content creator, but you don't believe in me to earn money. You don't believe in me that we're going to survive. We're going to make it. I can't deal with that. That's going to add to my stress. And men carry a lot of stress. That's the number one killer. It's stress. So a woman is supposed to be a man's peace. I'm not here to take away your anxiety.
Y'all will have the most feminine, supportive, available women on the planet.
See, you're telling men that we got to do all of this work to take away your anxiety that we did not give you, right? And then once we do that, then we'll have the supportive wife, then we'll have a feminine woman. So that means you're not feminine in the beginning. No man is going to sign up for that. No man in his right mind is going to sign up or get with a woman. Imagine this. Imagine this, guys. You go to get a job, right? They want to hire you. They're paying you 80 grand a year to do a job. You have benefits with some OT. You'll make about 120. But you're telling the company, you know, I struggle with anxiety. I don't really trust you guys. I have a lot of issues. But once you guys prove to me, then I'll be able to work efficiently to do my job to help the company. You think they're going to hire you? They're not hiring you. If you come to the table telling a company that, they're not going to take that risk of hiring you, knowing they're not going to get the performance they're paying you for. If you think the company's job is to take away your issues before you work and do your job, they're not going to hire you. So why would a man want to get into a relationship with a woman and she's requiring that he take away her anxiety? I have to prove to you that I can lead you. I'd rather not be with you. You should know that already. You should know that I'm a leader already. If your father is a leader and he's providing and you got with me, shouldn't I have met your father already? Shouldn't me and your father be communicating? Shouldn't me and your father be having a beer? Speaking of beer, I have a beer in the freezer. Hold on a second. Right? Let my wife to take that beer out the freezer before something happened to it. I don't want it to damn near blow up in the freezer. But if you met a man, he should be interacting with your father. They should be sitting down having man talk. He should be talking to that man to get acquainted with who he is and what he's about, see how he move. We don't do that no more. We don't interact no more. We don't even make our family, we don't introduce our family to who we talking to. We don't even do that no more. Because if your father was interacting with you, interacting with that man, he'll be able to know what it is, you know? So that's just something that we have to consider. Hold on. Those type of interactions are very important. Father and, you know, the son-in-law, whatever the case is to be, those are good interactions, but we don't do them no more. And this is why a lot of women are struggling in the dating game, because most of these ninjas, they just want to sleep with you. I keep telling ladies this all the time. These men don't care about relationships. Because just like you might come to the table with anxiety, a lot of these men come to the table with dysfunction too. They don't come to the table all prepared to be a husband. They just want to sleep with a woman. They just want to lay pipe, do whatever they got to do and bounce. They're not thinking about long-term marriage. They're not thinking about no success. So we got problems on both sides. So it's up to you as a woman to stop allowing yourself to be taken for a ride by men that really don't want a long-term relationship. If your legs are closed, you won't have the trauma. You won't have the anxiety because you ain't get as ninja nothing. But once you open them legs and you get with that brother, all bets are off the table now. You already dealt your cards. See, if you're playing cards, there's certain cards you don't put out. You wait. But if you put out your best card, you out of the game. Now he got the upper hand. You see? And this is why dating is so bad in today's day, because a lot of that anxiety is not coming from your home. Because if your father was a provider and a protector, you felt safe at home. Why you don't feel safe when getting with a man? Because you don't know him. You don't know him. We don't spend no time getting to know one another no more. The only time we spend time is in bed. That's the only time a woman actually get to know a man is in bed. They don't ever sit around and talk with this man for hours upon hours, getting to know who he is, and vice versa. You just like him because he drive a nice car and make money. But is he the type of guy that's going to be there long term to provide and take care of you? Because I'm sure all of you ladies want a quality man to be there. I'm sure every last one of you want a man to be your husband and be that provider. But you had to get off your ASS and do it yourself because the world we live in is crazy. And it's difficult. You've been systematically taught to provide for yourself. So because of this, you're in a systematic world that keep you on a conveyor belt doing the same thing over and over. You got accustomed to that life. So why would you make a man lead you if you've been doing it all your life? That's going to be a tough call for a woman in today's day. You understand? Imagine you've been a lady from your 20s all the way in your mid 30s, working, making good money, got a house, car, doing very good, credit good. All of a sudden you meet a man, he's making good money, but he want you to be a stay-at-home mom. I mean, you do want kids, but he want you to be a full-time mom, meaning he don't want you at a job. He's saying, look, I got you. How do you transition into that? That's not going to be an easy call for a woman that's been independent. Because at the same time, as a woman, my recommendation, man, this is the tough call. Because how do you know this dude is going to be true? How do you know he's going to always be there for you? How could you put your life in his hand? That's where the fear comes in. You don't want to take that risk. Giving up your career to be a stay-at-home mom to allow this man to lead is a very stressful thing for a woman to do. Right? Because she's been accustomed to living a certain lifestyle all her life. So how does she go from independent to trusting in a man to be that head of the household and provide for her? You got to get to know this man. You got to know his character. The same way you know your father, the same way you could go to your dad if he's a good dad, and you could talk to him about anything. And he's always there for you. Some of you got fathers like that till this day. You could go to your father right now and he'll help you no matter what. Even when you out of pocket, your father still help you. You come in the house, you're like, Daddy, I'm really struggling. He's like, what are you doing? Come on over here, sit down, talk to me. And he'll give you whatever you need, no matter what. If you know that's how your father move and you got that good relationship with him, it should be easy for you as a woman to know when a man is that kind of man. You'll see your father in your husband or the boyfriend, whatever kind of man you with. You should be able to see your father. That's why we have fathers. Right? Ladies have fathers so that your father becomes the lens of what a man is supposed to be if he's a good father. So when you get around a man, if he's not showing those qualifications, if he's not actively doing it like your father and better, then leave him alone if he's not doing that. He should be at that level or show that potential, you know? Just like with a woman, as a brother, your mama is supposed to be the blueprint of what a woman should be if you got with her. If she's a good mother, if she's cooking, keep the house clean, takes care of herself, she respects your father, and she's doing all of this, it's supposed to make us say, damn, I need to find me a lady that is like my mom. You see what I mean? When I got with my wife and we were girlfriend and boyfriend when we was teenagers, right? When I first brung her around my mom, they click like this. Boom. Instantly. My mom thought my girlfriend was her daughter because I wasn't raised with my sister, right? She was raised by my father. And they click like this instantly. We had our ups and downs when we were teenagers, you know, some breakups. And even when we had broke up for a short period of time while we were teenagers, my mom was like, forget him. You just stick with me and I'm going to make sure that he come around. I would bring other chicks to the crib and, you know, do whatever I got to do. And she'll be right there. My mom would be like, pay him no mind. You in there. That's how my mom used to talk. You know what I mean? R.I.P. Mom Duke. But my point is, she was always rolling with her. And it got to the point where my mom pulled me to the side one day and she was like, son, she's a real good girl. You have to give her a chance. She said, I know you out here with the ladies, you the ladies man and all this other stuff. But she said, you got to really give her a chance. She said she's a good girl. She takes care of your mom. And at that time, my mom had cancer, right? And she was in the hospital. She was like really, really messed up. And my girlfriend at the time would go to the hospital, stay there all day. I would call, where you at? Oh, I'm at the hospital with your mom. I'm like, okay. She would clean her, bathe her, feed her, stayed at the hospital day and night. So what that was doing to me is that was telling me this is a good woman. This woman is rocking with your mom. She's taking care of your mom when she's sick, doing all these type of things. Could you find a woman in today's day that will do that? Be honest, brothers. Could you find a woman today that you can date and that woman is in the hospital with your mom, taking care of her? It's difficult to find that. So I listened to my mom. And that's why today I'm still with my wife. You see what I mean? So just like a man gotta get with a woman that is similar to his mom or have those traits, a woman need to find a man that have the traits and the qualities of her father. Once you find that, there's no anxiety because there was no trauma. So when she talks, guys, you know what I'm getting? Is that in her household, there was no man providing. There was no man doing his job. There was no man that was on his post. Why? Because that trauma started from the lack thereof. It started from a household where a father was not leading. So her greatest fear is going through what mama went through. Speaking facts. You understand? Her greatest fear is going through what her mom went through. Not, oh, I'm leaving my father's house. I don't know if you can really take care of me. No, you won't have anxiety. How could you have fear for me? I thought you know me. Come on now. Let's get back to the tape.
Anxiety about the leading and believe you 100%. Y'all will have the most feminine, supportive, available women on the planet.
See? She's saying that if we take away their anxiety, we'll have the most feminine, supportive woman in this world. That means when we get with you, you're not really supportive. That means you won't be supportive while you're struggling with anxiety. And this is the downfall of relationships. Is that women want to be married. They want to have a husband. But now when we get with you, we got to wait until you overcome your hurt and your pain and your trauma and this anxiety. That got to be out of the way before you get into the relationship. You got to come to the relationship whole and peaceful and healed already. Imagine a man coming to you and he's not confident. He's not assured of himself. That's a problem.
As long as she like, ooh, what the fuck? As long as she feeling that weird feeling in her chest, like,
That weird feeling she's talking about is, are you able to provide? Are we going to find ourselves in a hole soon where the bills are going to pile up? We're going to be homeless soon. You know, all of us got to deal with these issues. We go to work, we provide, we got to manage our monthly expenses in order to survive, to maintain a certain lifestyle. It becomes problematic when you're in a relationship with a woman who have always provided for herself, and now you as a man is assuming that role. Do she have that confidence that you can maintain it? Well, we got to look at your history. Have you always been a man that maintained your own life? Or are you just now starting? You see, I have years of marriage experience, years. So when I speak on these issues, I'm not speaking from a place of a single man that don't know what I'm talking about. I'm actually on the front line doing the work, doing the job, you know? And at times, I'm sure even my wife at some times, you know, when I'm, I guess, trying to make her understand certain things, it can be difficult for women to really understand how a man thinks. When a man is leading you, it is very important that you listen to what he's saying, because his words are coming from a place of, this is what we need to do in order to get to the next level. If you're not, as a woman, willing to cooperate with the system, everything is going to fail. This is why relationships fail. You understand? When a man is leading, take what he say as gospel. Do you understand? If he's a good man now, because again, if you're going to be with a man, he's supposed to be a good man. Don't get with a man that's a loser, a man that's a bum, a man that don't got no job. He ain't doing anything. Get with a man that's about his business, a man that stand on business, that been tried and tested. That's the kind of man you get with. Don't get with a man that just want to sleep with you. I am tired of you ladies always getting with some damn ninja who just want to sleep with you. Aren't you tired? Aren't you fed up with getting into relationships where a man is just laying up with you and that's as far as it goes? When are y'all going to build a future together? When is he going to come to you and actually have a future plan of where he see you going? Other than, hey, when we going to link up? Hey, you going to come to the crib? Hey, I could come over. All he want to do is sleep with you. Stop being a crash dummy for some clown that don't even care about you. I have 4 daughters. When I speak on these issues, I'm not playing. You think I want my girls to get with some damn ninja who just going to be calling them to sleep with them? That's it? And he ain't trying to provide? You bugging out, man. I don't got no time for that. So they need to understand that a man have to come with value. He have to have leadership qualities. I need to see that in a brother to say, okay, he need to hang with me. I need to really find out what he's about. Because if not, it's going to be a roller coaster ride for you ladies out here. Because these guys are very good with words. They'll smooth talk you, get in your pants, and throw you out. And it don't have nothing to do with how old you are. Doesn't matter. A woman can get played easy by a man with smooth words. He'll lure you in, blow your back out, and then leave you broken. Now you feel really upset that you even gave this man your body. Now that adds to the trauma, adds to the anxiety and the pain. And now when you get with a new man, now you punish that man. Now the new man is being punished. You made it easier for the other guy, but now the new guy, you have new policies, new terms of service of what he can and can't do. So now he's stressed out. So now he leaves because he don't want to deal with all of that mess. And it just creates nothing but pain. And we're not growing as a community or family.
If y'all can figure, even if you are like, I fucked up, it's fine, but it's gonna be okay. The reassurance.
See, she want the reassurance. I understand where she's coming from. So don't get me wrong. I understand where she's coming from in terms of the reassurance. What she want to know is, can I trust if I'm going to make you lead me and be that head of the household, whereas I was leading myself and I knew what I had to do. I knew I had to get up in the morning to go to work. I knew I had to pay the rent, pay the bills, make sure everything is on auto pay. Because, you know, sometimes people be forgetting to pay certain bills, or, you know, you get a late fee, a late payment. You don't want none of that. So most women that are independent, they've been doing this their whole life. She needs to be reassured that she can trust and relax in her femininity, that you are going to do the work. That's what she don't want to worry about money. She don't want to worry about bills. She don't want to worry about a damn thing. She just want to know that, hey, if I'm going to be in my full feminine role, I need to know that you got me. Are you able to do that? You got to get to know that man. You got to know his character. You got to know what he's about. Is he lazy or is he a go-getter? Is he a man of honor? Is he a working man? A man that is disciplined? A man that will go out there and bust his ASS to provide for the household? Or is he just sitting on his ASS not doing nothing? Because that's not a man. When you got a family, bro, you got to be grinding. You got to be doing what you got to do to make sure that your family is good. You're going to go through the ups. You're going to go through the downs. It ain't going to be easy street all the time. It's not going to be easy street all the time. You're going to go through hard times sometime. You're going to go through a drought where you might lose everything you got. You got to start all over. My thing, ladies, is, are you going to be with that man when time get rough? See, y'all don't want to hear that part because you're expecting everything to be good all day. But where were you to work with that man when he was there asking for your help? This is why I'm saying, in a relationship, in a marriage, you as a woman are supposed to be a helpmate to a man. You got to ride with him till the wheels fall off. Whatever it is that he needs for you to do to make this relationship, family structure work, you got to be willing to do your part. You can't just sit there and lay there and just expect him to go through all the fire and suffer. You got to be working with this man. That's how relationships grow. Because once you do that, see, here's the thing. Guys, let me break this thing down because I'm going to try to get into the mind of where these women are right now. Here's the thing, guys. If a woman has always been independent, doing her thing, and you want to assume that role of being that head of the household, she needs to know that she's going to be taken care of even if something happened to you. This is something I tell my wife all the time. I try to make her understand, if something happened to me, do you know how to do certain things so that you good? It's so important for you as a woman to listen to your man when he's speaking to you, because his leadership will put you in a role where you'll know how to survive because he taught you how to make money, how to grind, how to do this, how to do that, to the point where if something happened to him and you were a stay-at-home mom, you didn't have a job, because of his legacy, because of everything he done built up, you will be provided for even in his departure, because you were steadily listening to him, listening to his leadership, following his guidance. You studied everything he taught you. So if something happened, you know what to do. You ain't going to panic. You ain't going to worry. You ain't going to be concerned with bills. You ain't going to be concerned with nothing because you know what to do. You see that? So if, as a woman, if you're a stay-at-home mom, or you assume that role of him being a leadership in the household, head of household, because maybe you might be in a household where you work. Maybe you might still be working, but you're not paying all the bills. He's doing all the work. And your money is pretty much going into the savings. You have scenarios like that where a woman still go to her 9 to 5 and maybe she work part-time, whatever the case is. But if you have kids, somebody got to raise these kids now. You can't be a woman with a career. Your man has a job. You have a job. None of y'all never home. Who's raising these kids, man? We need the mothers to be in the homes to raise these kids. And these men need to get off their damn ASS and go out there and work. Find some money, bro. Find and grind. Get that money together. But we need these women to be doing their part. If you want that man to do his part, you got to do your part too. Because we want the same thing. Just like you want to have us doing this and doing that. Well, we need confidence in you that you're going to be that woman we need. We need to know that you're raising the kids, that you're cleaning the house, that you're cooking, that you're doing all these different things. We need to know that that's straight. It can't be this one-sided thing where you want us to take away your anxiety. You want us to do this and provide and bust our ASS all day. And we stressed out. And when we come home, we don't even have hugs and kisses, fam. Where's my hugs and kisses? Where's my daily hugs? Do you hug your man daily? Do you give your man a hug and a kiss and say you appreciate him? How many of you ladies give words of affirmation to your man every single damn day? Do you do that? And this is what I'm saying. A lot of times you want all these things that a man got to provide, but what about his needs? What about the things that keep him going? Men don't ask for much. We really don't. We just want respect. Respect. If I'm doing what I got to do, just respect the grind. Just respect the hustle. Just respect the way I got to do what I got to do. Don't be belittling your man. Don't be putting your man down. Don't ever do that. You know? Always build him up. Build him up. Make sure he got the right kind of food. Make sure that he's healthy. Take care of your man. If you see your man is stressed out, you got to make sure he good. You got to make sure he's taking his vitamins. You as a woman got to make sure you doing your job. He bringing in the bread. He's providing. Take care of him. Don't sit there like, oh, whatever happened, happened. No, take care of your man. When was the last time he ate some vegetables? When was the last time you fixed him a cup of tea? When was the last time you made him a smoothie? When was the last time you focused on this man's well-being and mental health? You got to do your part too. Don't just sit there expecting that man to do every damn thing. He's dealing with enough in the world. The black man is the most hated in the world, man. He got to work 10 times harder to win. Some of these brothers, they don't ever tell you about their pain. Some of these brothers, you don't even know what they're going through just to provide. I just did a 7-hour live stream earlier in the morning, man. From last night all the way into the morning. 7 hours, man. And we were dealing with a lot of issues. So I could relate to if a brother is down and out and a brother is struggling. I could relate to that. I know what that is like. That is not a good feeling. It's a feeling of hopelessness. You start worrying, you start panicking, you start fretting. It's like you need a word of encouragement, something. You need something, man. You need somebody in your corner that will give you some encouragement to keep moving forward. As a woman, your job is to make sure you are always encouraging your man. Don't ever let a day go by and you not encouraging that man. When we have cheerleaders in sports and you see the woman with the pom-poms or whatever they got and they doing their thing and they doing their chairs and all that other stuff, it hypes up the men. It make them want to win the game. That's what your man needs. Be his cheerleader. You know? Be his cheerleader. Let me rewind it back a little bit.
The fuck? As long as she feeling that weird feeling in her chest, like, if y'all can figure, even if you are like, I fucked up, it's fine, but it's gonna be okay. The reassurance is what we look for. It's not necessarily the fucking boats and the yachts. Like, I saw a quote the other day that said gold diggers ain't looking for plates and a nice home. They looking for yachts and diamonds. We ain't looking for all that. We just looking for y'all to be able to take away that feeling of stepping out of one castle, one king's kingdom into yours.
Now, you have to think about what she's saying. Stepping out of one king's kingdom into yours. Now, we know in today's day, women are not leaving their father's house who have always been providing. Some of you were raised with your father, and you may have had a good father that was on point, and he always provided for you. I'm not taking away that from you. I'm talking about when we look at the population in today's day, a lot of us came from broken homes. If you were fortunate enough to be raised by your mom and your dad in a beautiful community, or even in the hood, and they were providing for you, more power to you. But what she really is saying, if you listen to her, is a woman leaving her own kingdom, her own world of independence, to moving in with you. Can you do what she was doing without no issues? That's what she's looking for. If she was to leave her world of independence to make you be the head of household, will you be able to accomplish that? Because she have confidence in herself. Because women be out here grinding. Women be out here busy. They make moves. They don't be playing. A lot of these sisters that are on a 9-to-5, they not playing. They out here getting to the bag. They out here getting what they got to get. And if you're going to assume that role of head of the household, they need to know that you got that same tenacity, that same ambitious way, that same consistency. They need to know that you're going to be doing that like how they did it and more, to take away that burden of having to do it themselves. That's what they're looking for. But at the same time, it puts a burden on the man, because what it says is she don't have confidence in you. When she met you, she don't have no confidence. And I'm looking at this thing like, then that means you don't even know the man. You don't even know him. You know, you should know the man if he's able to do it or not. Because a man can have a good job, but still don't know how to lead. A man could be making good money and still don't know how to lead a woman. You know? Social media currency, you said you have to leave. I don't know if you're saying you have to leave. You have to leave. Peace. Appreciate you stopping by. Let's get back to the tapes. Let's go.
Even if it's not all the way built, even if the moat is halfway finished.
See? Even if it's not all the way built, even if you don't got yourself fully together, even if you don't got everything that she think you should have, you see what she's saying? Because sometimes you have women that might be in a more successful place in life than the man that they dealing with. There'd be situations like that where you have a woman that she already have her own house, or she's renting a nice house, but she's in a better financial position than the man she's got. You have situations like that, guys, where the woman you got with is in a better financial situation than you. So she like you, she feeling you, but at the same time, she's like, how do I make this transition? It's like she's getting more money than you. She have a house, you don't have a house, you have an apartment. That's not a knock on you if you have an apartment. My point is, how will she be able to make that adjustment? How do we move forward together as a couple? Because most women, that are in a position where they may be doing financially better, if they're a good woman, they're not going to look down on you as a man as if though you ain't nothing. But my point is, how will they be able to respect you as a man, even if you're not making a certain amount of money? And that's a problem with relationships, is that we base everything on how much money we make. Well, how much money you make? Well, I can't talk to you because you don't make six figures. That's crazy. You got guys that work at Home Depot that are good brothers. They go to their 9 to 5 every day, but they work at Home Depot. You got some sisters that will look down on those brothers. For what? He's a good brother. Like, why wouldn't you give him the opportunity? He could provide. He's been providing for himself. He got a car. He got a place to stay. I mean, when y'all come together, that's how we build. The reason why a lot of us, especially in the Black community, are unable to build real wealth is because we don't have family. Family is how you generate wealth. You don't just generate wealth by yourself. Some people may have been successful and generated money by themselves. You're of the 1%. But the majority of the population don't do that. When families come together, more minds come together. The more minds, the more we able to put together a plan and become successful at it. You know? So let me get back to the tape. If you haven't already, consider clicking the like button. That helps with the algorithm.
If you can make us feel safe and take that anxiety away, we'll do whatever you want. But if there's any doubt, if you showing doubt, you just got to be a confident leader. For me anyway.
Notice what she said. You have to be a confident leader. So a woman needs to see that you are certain and assured about what you're doing. If you're showing signs of doubt, if you're showing signs of concern and this and that and this, that can make her doubt. But here's the thing. There's a difference between showing signs of concern and doubt versus, as a man, having a plan in terms of understanding where you're going. In other words, if we don't do this, then this is going to happen. If we don't pay this bill, we're going to have a problem here. If we don't get some money by this time to do X, Y, and Z, we're going to be in a financial crisis. That's leadership as a man. A man should be able to lead to the point where he can have a forecast of the family, just like the weather. You want to know the weather for the week? You go on the weather site and it gives you a forecast. You could pretty much know, okay, I'm going to be wearing this, this, and that on that day. And I'm going to need my umbrella on that day, possibly. So when you're in a family structure, you need to have a forecast of the future. As a man, you should be able to look at the circumstances and say, look, based on our finances between now and X, Y, and Z, if we don't start to change what we're doing, we're going to be in trouble. And you have to communicate that to your woman. You know what I mean? You have to communicate that to the household. Everybody must be on the same page. And they must follow the leadership of that man, because he can see ahead of time what we're going to do. We got to budget our finances in terms of spending habits, grocery shopping. How much does it cost for you to buy food in a household for a family? You understand? How much is that? Because sometimes you could be spending a lot of money on food, but you're not actually buying food for your house. You could be buying a bunch of junk. You got to buy more food than junk. So you got to look at those expenses. You have to look at your mortgage, your rent, your car note, your insurance, gas, light, cell phone, your internet. You got to look at all these different bills. You have to put that all together in one big pile. And then you budget and you say, okay, this month, our monthly expenses is X, Y, and Z. So now you got to budget from there what you can and can't do so that you meet the demand to maintain your lifestyle. You can't live above your means. You can't be making crazy decisions that's going to set you back. That takes leadership to do that. You understand? You got to have some books on, your spending habits. You got to look at your account on your bank statements to make sure that, okay, how much money left my account this month? You got to look at these things and find out where you're going wrong so that you're not in debt, so that you're meeting this requirement, that requirement, that requirement. Then you got to have a plan on, okay, how am I going to pay my bills? I owe some money on this credit card. Okay, how am I going to pay this monthly, do this, pay this, that. Any new expenses is going to only add to the problems. So you got to maintain and manage all these things. So it takes management, you know, that takes leadership. So a marriage, a relationship is a business. It's a business, and it must function like a business in order for it to do well. So anxiety have no place in a relationship. If we're to be successful, we need to get rid of that anxiety. And only you as a woman can get rid of that. A man cannot get rid of that. Because here's the thing, and it goes back to what I said earlier. What about the good, the bad, and the ugly? Okay, what if I'm on top? What if I'm making good money? What if I've been providing for 5 years? Everything been great, but I got in an accident and I can't work. Now you're going to leave me. I need to be confident that you're going to be there through the ups and downs. Are you going to leave that man if things are not coming in? What if the money stop? What if the money is not coming in the way it used to? Now what? What you're going to do if the money is not coming in the same way? Are you going to leave? Are you going to give up? Or are you going to stay with that man? These are the things we have to look at when it comes to these relationships. We have to think about these issues because we're not going to be able to move forward. We're going to have nothing but problems in every household, and people are going through it right now. Because the way she said it is as if though all women come to brothers with this mindset.
If you like, man, nah, fuck that. You know, we're good. Y'all a key real quick. It's real quick. For any young man, because I'm older than I look. Any middle-aged man, any man that wants to lead and find a woman to lead, women naturally have anxiety about this shit. Okay, even when we grew up in a household with leaders, the key to being able to lead a woman into being an amazing wife and dropping all of her defenses is to, even if you fucking up, even if it's you made a wrong turn as a leader, we don't care. As long as you're able to take the anxiety away from us of what next. When all women have a little sense of this weird anxiety when she leaves her father and goes with a man, okay? And he's like, I'm gonna lead you, and this is where we going. And just like Mistaken was saying, that like it makes us feel, that feeling is anxiety. Okay?
The anxiety, again, that a woman have is coming from herself because she don't believe the man can provide. Let me read this comment in the chat. It says, let me see. Is this Lolita? I believe the name is. Says, what if he's 40 and over and hasn't built anything, but he's a good brother? How does that work? Because that cost of living ain't no joke. Well, here's the thing. If he's a brother and he's over 40, hasn't built anything, but he's a good brother, then it's not worth wasting your time. Problem solved. Because you made it clear he's over 40, haven't built anything, so he haven't done anything for himself. So that means he's unable to provide. Getting into that situation as a woman to allow him to be the head, it's not going to go nowhere. You're wasting your time. If you're already making your own money, doing your own thing, it don't make no sense you leave what you got going to get with some man that haven't built anything. You might like him. And again, I don't know your situation, so I'm not saying that's you. My point is, if you're already independently maintaining your life, got your career, your job, doing your thing, and you've been successful at it, been comfortable, your bills are paid, you don't got no issues, no drama. But the man in whom you speaking of is a good brother, but he haven't really built anything. Then guess what's going to happen? You're going to end up being the breadwinner and the one carrying him. And over time, you're going to resent him because it's like you're taking care of him. He might have a job. He might be doing his thing, but he haven't gotten there yet. Some men take a while to find themselves. Some men didn't have these opportunities. But my point is, it's not, you don't have to say, well, okay, I'm cutting you off. It could be a situation where it's just he's not ready. He's not ready. In other words, I like you, you're cool, but I don't think you're really ready to go to that next level. We can still talk, we can still really interact, get to know one another, have conversations, but I really need to see you doing something. Ladies need to have those conversations more often. Some of you ladies, man, sometimes it just takes you saying those words is what will make a man get off his ass and make something happen. Sometimes most of us brothers don't have a reason to build anything. It's not that we don't have anything. We just don't have a reason to build anything because we don't got nobody. You have some men that are single. They don't got no woman. So in their mind, it's like, hey, I don't need to do anything. I got my crib. I got my car. I got my job. Because here's the thing. What do you mean by he haven't built anything? Let's talk about that. Because you said he's a good man. Wait. I mean, what if he's 40 and over and hasn't built anything? Okay, what do you mean by hasn't built anything? We need context of exactly what you mean by hasn't built anything. Because knowing that information will give us more information of how to answer that question. You see? Oh, you said agreed. Okay, you're married for 17 years. Okay. But you can still answer the question. Wait, let me see. Isn't that the beginning of the video? You already gave commentary on that. That's a replay. It's only a short clip that I'm reviewing. If you want to see the entire live show for that, you would have to go to the Lapeef Network. Just type in the Lapeef Network on YouTube, and that should bring you to their platform. They were having a discussion about the black man must be the head of the household. And I kind of came into the live stream where it was around that timestamp, and I heard what she said. And as soon as I heard what she said, that was immediately I had to go live to talk about this, right? I may look at the whole live stream from the beginning and find out what the full context of what the show is about. But that segment is what we're reviewing. That is why it looped around. It's only a 2-minute clip that I'm using from that broadcast, right? They had a full panel where they're talking about these particular issues, right?
Y'all can find a way to lead us, take away our anxiety.
See, the anxiety is the fear of you being able to provide. That's the anxiety. They need to have the confidence that you're going to do your job and not leave them stranded with nothing. That's why a lot of women are independent, because of the fear that a man is going to be, he's going to mess up. And they're going to be in a bad situation where they're struggling. So most women don't want to give up their independence because it's like, damn, I don't want to stop giving up I don't want to stop what I'm doing only to get with a man that's going to not be there. Now I'm struggling. What lady would want to do that? I wouldn't even tell that to my daughter. I wouldn't tell that to none of my daughters about, oh, give up this and that in order to get with a man so he could be a full provider, this and that. And he's doing, I'm not telling them to do that. Not in today's time. That's bad advice. I'm just keeping it a buck. I need to see a man that is just like me. If he's like me and he's going to work and do what he got to do and grind in order to provide, then okay. If under those circumstances, you can do whatever you got to do. But he got to be that kind of man that's going to be with you. But there needs to be some insurance for that woman in order for her to make money. This is why I always say that in a marriage, if a woman is a stay-at-home wife and she provide for the kids and do X, Y, and Z, right? As a woman who is a stay-at-home wife, right? Your husband, man, whatever the case is, have a responsibility to make sure that you understand how to provide income, different streams of income in case something happened to him. That is of the utmost importance in a relationship. If you are a stay-at-home mom, meaning you have no job, the man that you are with, if he's the full-time breadwinner, have to be setting up either businesses, something that you could do, that if something happened to him, you can take over whatever it is he was doing and make money to provide something. He have to show you how to earn, how to learn different skills, so that if something happened to him, resources will always be there. You will not worry. You will not be full of anxiety and stress like, oh no, what are we going to do? We got to have a funeral. We got to do this. And now we're struggling. We're going to lose the house. We're going to lose the car. Nope, you're not going to lose anything. You know why? Because he taught you how to survive. He taught you what to do. That is what you need to focus on. A man like that. Every man's supposed to do that. But you have to have confidence too. If not, then all we're going to have to do moving forward when it comes to dating is you stay at your house, I stay at my house, and that's as far as the relationship go. There's no other way because we're living in fear. We're constantly living in fear. Let's get back to the tape.
Out the leading and believe you 100%. Y'all will have the most feminine, supportive, available women on the planet. But as long as she like, ooh, what the fuck? As long as she feeling that weird feeling in her chest, like, if y'all can figure, even if you are like, I fucked up, it's fine, but it's gonna be okay. The reassurance is what we look for. It's not necessarily the fucking boats and the yachts. Like I saw a quote the other day that said, gold diggers ain't looking for plates and a nice home. They looking for yachts and diamonds. We ain't looking for all that. We just looking for y'all to be able to take away that feeling of stepping out of one castle, one king's kingdom into yours. Even if it's not all the way built, even if the moat is halfway finished, if you can make us feel safe and take that anxiety away, we'll do whatever you want.
But that means that until a man take away your anxiety, he's going to struggle in that relationship because you're not going to do what he wants. That is exactly what you just said. And I think that's going to make men feel some type of way, knowing that if I marry this woman, she's not going to do what I need her to do until I take away her anxiety. I never gave you the anxiety. You just have a fear that I'm unable to maintain. That's going to make that man feel bad. The last thing you want to do is have a woman that doubt you and don't believe in you. You got to believe in your man. You got to have faith in him to accomplish these tough goals and make quality decisions. You know, if not, just stay by your house, do your thing. He stay by his house, he do his thing, and y'all just link up that way. Other than that, it don't make no sense because y'all don't trust each other, man. Mainly you don't trust him to lead. So it's going to always be a problem. You know, so hey, again, ladies, when it comes to this whole anxiety thing, you have to really realize how stressful this is, man. When you're suffering from anxiety, it's a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease, typically about an imminent event or something that is uncertain outcome. See, you're uncertain that he's going to be able to maintain a lifestyle for you. So you're nervous. You're always unease. You're constantly worrying. That's going to cause him stress. You know? It's going to cause him stress. You're going to stress that man out because you're going through all of these mental challenges. And that's going to cause arguments in the household. You're going to be arguing with that man all the time because of your difficulty. You're not going to be in your full capacity. You're not going to be cooking. You're not going to clean. You're not going to take care of the kids because you're the one struggling with anxiety. You're thinking he's the problem. You're going to blame him for the problems. That's what you're going to do. And that's not cool. You see? It's not cool to be like that all day. You want to be at peace. When you have anxiety, it's having a sense of impending danger, panic, and doom. Meaning you're expecting the worst. It's like you go into the relationship expecting it to fail. It don't make no sense you go in if that's how you feel. Right? It's just sad, man, because like I said, I don't think that woman have a husband. I practically know she don't have a husband because she's giving advice and she's telling men they got to take away her anxiety. We're not here to do that. That's not our job. You're giving us extra work. I don't got time to be doing all of those mental gymnastics and playing these games. It's something you got to overcome yourself. Right? So we're going to get up on out of here, man. It looked like we didn't have no tech issues at all with this live stream, which is weird because what I did is I told my girls to get off their video game because they were on the video games. I told them to shut that down. And I don't know if that is what making it work because in New York, we were on Verizon Fios, which is fiber optic cable. So we had ultra fast internet service. I never had issues with any lag, any problems ever in New York. But in North Carolina, in the community that I live in, beautiful community, but whoever built the community, they weren't thinking of fiber cable. So it's like we have limited options when it comes to internet providers. You know, primarily it's Spectrum and I believe the other one that I pretty much signed up for today, I believe it's Earthlink. I don't know what the service is like. I really don't know. I had to pay my fee in order to register to sign up. So they got to send out a box and whatnot so that I can set it up. So pretty much what I'm trying to do is have separate internet service from the house internet so that when the kids is doing their thing with the games, you got all the Ring camera devices going, all of this Wi-Fi that's being pulled, that'll be pulled from a separate internet service. My internet service is going to be separate for just my studio, for my production. That's it. That way I'm able to do my work in peace. So I'm going to kind of see how that go to see if the internet service that I just finished signed up for, it's not fiber. It's not fiber optics, so it's not the best of the best. But hopefully it works out. If it don't, I can always cancel it. So I would just have to figure out how to do my content to where I'm able to do my job because this is what I do. So having high-speed internet is very important for me. You know, and based on what I'm seeing right now, we haven't had no hiccups during the live stream. And I think it's because when the kids are all on the internet at the same time and they're with the video games, that is bogging down the Wi-Fi, which is causing me issues. So I'm going to run another test to see if that's true because I never had these issues before. So by me having a separate line, I'm going to see how that is. When I was talking to the providers, they were saying that you can't have two separate lines of the same provider. You have to have a different company and whatnot. But again, in the area where I live at, there's no fiber access. So nobody in this area can have great internet service. Nobody. That's the only downside, you know? Rollo says in the South, they generate different than the North. Okay. Because you could get fiber, you know, internet in different parts of North Carolina, but that's probably more in the Charlotte area. I'm sure. In that area, yeah. You know? But in this community, they don't have the wire set. They have to have that. Now, it could be done if they install that setup, but I don't know. That's a lot of cable that they got to run. That's a lot of cable. So that's a lot of money, a lot of investment. It's really crazy, you know, because they have Spectrum. That's what we're on right now. I'm on Spectrum. But like I said, coming from Verizon Fios, going to Spectrum is like, it doesn't even make no sense, you know. I can live stream like right now. I'm good. But it seems as if though when you have more people in the house on the internet, it causes you problems. Yeah, I saw some of the issues I was dealing with the lag, and that's frustrating right there, man. I can't deal with that. If I would have known that, I would have probably had a different area where I would be living. Because I would have judged that first. I wasn't thinking about that, to be honest. I thought that no matter where you move in North Carolina, you can get, I guess, high-speed fiber optic network, you know, internet service. I didn't know. That is pretty much based upon where you live at. Because, like, when you go on different websites to check, you type in your address, and it'll tell you if service is available in your area. It's just crazy. So we're gonna get up on out of here, guys. It is what it is. Yeah, Verizon is the best in my opinion. Verizon is number one. Like I said, in New York, that's what I had. I was paying for the best service possible, and I never had issues doing my live shows. Like I could go live with all my cameras and just go crazy and never had no issues. But with the service down here, like right now, I'm good. I don't see no issues. There's no drop frames. There's no issues. So I'm thinking the problem may be when the girls are on their games, that's when I have issues. So what I would have to do is I purchased a new internet provider, which is Earthlink. So they're going to send the equipment in about 3 days for me to set up and see how that go. I'm going to pretty much test that out. If it's good, I'll keep it. If it's good, I'll keep it, right? If it's the same like what I got right now, I may cancel it because there's no contract. You can pretty much cancel it anytime. And what I'll do is I'll use what I currently have, but I would stream at different times of the day. In other words, when the kids are in school doing whatever they got to do, that would be the times when I would have to normally do a lot of my live streaming. And if it's the nighttime, I would just probably have to do my recordings in the studio and then upload them. But the service from Spectrum is horrible. That service is horrible. As an influencer, a content creator, it's bad. Upload speed is ridiculous. It's just, it doesn't even make no sense. Right? You said in North Carolina, the city is growing too fast and they're trying to catch up. Yeah, I know. I understand. It's a lot of stuff that they're behind on, especially with social media. It's like, I'm like, damn, you have this nice community and they don't got fiber? Like, what? Who did these plans? Like, that's crazy. Yeah, I was hearing a lot about the wire is different. What I'm going to let y'all know, I'm going to keep y'all updated on the progress. If the service that I purchase is good and that works for me, then I'm going to keep it if it works. If it's not, I'm just going to cancel it. And then what I'll do is when I go live, I'm just going to have to learn how to do what I need to do with the house. In other words, if I know I'm going to be streaming in the night and I know I'm doing what I got to do, the girls cannot be on their games. But see, I don't want it to be like that where they're restricted from what they got to do and they're fun. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like that where it's like y'all all on one service struggling with the one internet service. That's kind of crazy. That's why I purchased another internet provider so that it could be separate, so that when I'm in my studio doing what I'm doing, nobody's on my line. It's a whole different internet provider. To me, that's a smart move. You know? So I'm going to pretty much see how that works. I don't know. Do anybody in North Carolina have Earthlink as their internet provider? I don't know how that service works. I'm literally taking a risk with that. I'm literally spending money, taking a risk to see how it works. Because I know it's not fiber, it's basically cable. And I'm taking a risk with it. Because the guy was recommending, he was like, that's what's available in your area. You know, he said you can always try it out. If you don't like it, you can always cancel. But of course, if you cancel, you're losing money. So they're making money off you. But I'm going to take a risk, see how it is. If it's good, like I said, for the studio, I think it'll be good because that means I could be going live whenever I want. And if my girls is doing what they're doing, I don't really care because I'm not on their system. Says, I'm in North Carolina, never heard of that, but AT&T is really good. For home internet or regular phone internet? Because I know for phone internet, AT&T is good. Because with the service that I have for my phone, certain areas in North Carolina, man, I don't get no service. Like no service. You know? None. It's like you can't do nothing. Oh, you're saying home. Okay. So you said AT&T home. I have to also see what's up with them too. I'm going to see if AT&T also provides service in my area. I forgot about that. I got to check. Because certain companies won't recommend them. You know what I mean? I got to also check that. I didn't see. You said I've been with them for like 6 years. But do they provide fiber? Because it's like in my area, there's no fiber optic networking. There's nothing like that here. Because it's like those of you that have access to that, that's way better. That's way better, man. I had blazing speed when I was in New York. It was beautiful. Beautiful. I could upload something in 5 seconds. Download 5 seconds. Easy. You said, yes, they provide that. Okay. Yeah, the South prefers AT&T over Verizon. Okay, guys, so we're going to get up on out of here. Appreciate everybody stopping by. We'll have more content for you in the morning. I wasn't able to copy the TD Jakes video, their show, because I was streaming while they were on. So I was unable to capture it. So I didn't get the sermon. They're going to most likely upload the sermon separately, but I wanted to get the full church service to review it because I got 2 that I got to review. I'm going to try to do those in the morning and whatnot. You said you copied it at Rollo? Yeah, I didn't get to download it. I fell asleep. I was out. I didn't get to get the video to see the full show of what they're talking about. You know? But I'm going to review those and some other material in the morning. I got some work to do tonight. I'm going to go get some sleep. Not sleep. I'm going to go get something to eat. And I'm going to go back working on some stuff. I'm going to post another update for my GoFundMe to show y'all, you know, where the support is going. I'm going to upload a picture of the setup, right? Because some new lighting just came in. It's looking real good. So I'm going to show y'all exactly where the money goes. And when you see how the setup look, man, when you see the lighting, you're going to be like, man, this is no joke, right? So y'all stay safe. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. Everybody in the building. Stay positive. Don't let anxiety ruin your relationships. If you want more content like this, then let me know. If you want me to review that Lapeef video, let me know. And maybe there's more information in there I can review. And it is what it is. He says, I'll send it to you when I upload it. Okay. Yeah. That'll be a good way. That way I could download it. Appreciate it. That means you were up around when they had it there. I was out. So by the time I got up, it was already done on private. I was upset. You know what I'm saying? Because normally they leave it up unlisted and then they remove it, you know? So, yeah, that'll be good. I can definitely use that to do some content. So, ladies, if you're struggling with anxiety, understand that's coming from a place of some sort of trauma from the past, like some sort of hurt, something that happened that you need to overcome first. But in order for you to trust a man, you have to get to know him to see how he moves. You got to talk to your father. Let your father see who this man is. Because if your father rock with him, then that should give you confidence. If your father gave the green light, then most likely he must be official. It's no different than when my mom gave me the green light regarding my wife, who was my girlfriend at that time. She gave me the green light. She gave the thumbs up. She gave me the blessing. She said, that woman right there is the one. Deal with her. Not that other woman over there with the big breasts. You know what I mean? Not her. She ain't ish. She just looked cute and got big breasts, you know? So mom know what's best and dad knows what's best. And these are just things that you have to look at, you know? So we're going to get up on out of here, man. Y'all take care once again. Life is beautiful, but life is also tough. We have to make choices, have to make changes, have to adapt to certain things, make tough decisions. Anxiety is not good for any relationship. Stress is a #1 killer. Ladies, learn how to encourage your man. Learn how to listen. Be attentive to that. Don't neglect listening and following his leadership. He knows what's best for the house and the family. It's critical. It is not a game. It's literally life or death, right? It is something you must understand. So if you're struggling with anxiety and issues, you got to find within yourself what caused that. Why do you doubt? Why do you worry so much? Is it a fear of letting go? Have those conversations with the man. Let him know that you have a fear of letting go. Let him know, look, I know you got a job. I know you're my man. I know X, Y, and Z, but it's like I have this fear that if I let you rock out and be that head of the household and I move in with you, I just have this concern that you're going to either leave or I'm going to struggle, or what happens if something happened to you? How will I be able to provide for myself? I left my job. You got to make those concerns known to that man and see how he move. You got to get him to open up to see what he's going to say. How is he going to talk? challenge him, challenge what he is about. Because if you bring those concerns up to him, he should be able to have answers to those problems and be like, wait, you know what I'm saying? Look, I know it seems difficult, but look, I'm not going to leave you out here dry. I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm a man of my word. If you need some time to kind of just think about this and think about that, you have all the time in the world. I'm going to be over here. I'm not going nowhere. I'm really true. You know, just, hey, watch how I move. You got to get to know who this man is, but don't just jump out there with any dude and you don't know him. That'd be the biggest mistakes women be doing all the time. It don't make no sense. Right? Okay, so I don't care about no drones and no skies, fam. That's just pure garbage. I don't waste my time with that type of content, fam. I don't care about that mess. That's just pointless, waste of my time. Right? Let me see. All right, so I'm gonna get up on out of here, man. Y'all be safe, man. I gotta get something to eat. I'm hungry. But again, I'm gonna show another update to my GoFundMe and whatnot and see how that works out. I'm gonna let y'all know how the internet service that I purchased is gonna work out, because again, there's no other way, there's no other options I have in this area. Like I said, this is a beautiful community. I love the house. I love everything about the place, especially with the studio, everything the way we have it. But the only downside is I wish that we were moved. I wish we were in an area that supported fiber cable. It's very important. You know what I mean? It is very, very important for me and what I do. So I know that eventually I'm going to be in another area. I know that because it is something that is important to me. I need to be in an area where they have fiber cable in my line of work. Right? So I have to do my research on different areas in North Carolina that are community-based that have that kind of service and internet providers. Because a lot of times you might be paying for cable and internet and it's the same price as fiber, but you're not getting fiber quality, but you're paying these prices that is ridiculous. It doesn't make no sense. You know? It's like they're living in the Stone Age. You know? So, hey, y'all take care, fam. I'm out of here. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. V-Dubman, Shoshao, Sean the Navigator, Tracy, Sherelle, Rebel for Almighty. Salute to all the members. Salute to all the subscribers. Everybody that rock with the platform. Salute to everybody on the 9-to-5 grind. Everybody out there getting what they got to get. To all the people that are struggling, people that are going through it, people that are down and out trying to figure out how they're going to make it, stay positive. You really have to have something to be happy about. We all struggle. We all go through. It is what it is. That 7-hour live stream that I did earlier was very, very necessary. A lot of people don't like brother LaTruth and his brother Wesley. They don't like these guys, man. And that taught me a lot about people on social media, man. We can't be walking around with hate, fam. Like, seriously, we can't be living like that, man. Not in this day, man. In this day, we got to get families in order right now, man. Can't be doing that, man. Seriously, man. Stay focused on your family and build and grind. If you're going through a struggle, stay positive. Like I said, hard work pays off. Grind, formulate a plan, figure it out, and just be about your business, man. Be about your business and don't look back. Don't worry. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about bills. Don't worry about how I'm going to eat. Don't worry about nothing. Just focus on the plan. You have one life to live. Only one life, man. Don't waste that life being stressed out. Don't waste your time panicking over the lack thereof. As long as you're putting in the work, it's going to pay off. You know, believe in yourself. Don't expect everybody else to believe in you. Believe in yourself. And just stay positive. That being said, I'm out, y'all. Peace. We out of here.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $RingoTV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at RingoTVRaw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.